Welcome to Drang nach Osten. As we continue to battle out on the Eastern Front, this is Gamer1745 with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 3's Black Ice 10.41. And we're going to continue this for a while. If you want to see it continued, you please watch these episodes. If viewership goes down too low, these will end. No point in making it for five guys who watch it all the way through. Yeah, I love you, but yeah, we need to have decent viewing numbers. So thank you though to all who watch. I do really appreciate that. Okay, well, no, there isn't a good reason to hold this province. There just isn't a good reason to hold this province. If they're trying it on here with at least a little something now that we've retreated. Okay. How is our revolt risk? Okay, pretty green. The main thing I'm concerned about, yeah, some partisans can pop up here, some partisans can pop up here. We'll actually just move you up there for the fun of it, if you will. But I'm not worried about that. Some could even pop up here, but again, I'm not worried about that. The reason I want it green is the more revolt risk in a province, the worse supplies come through. And we can also see here with the situation that we have, not great, but I don't know about building. I'm not saying you shouldn't build infrastructure. You probably should, but I just don't know with this playthrough. Okay, well. Okay, but well. Wilhelm Kessel is dead. Heart attack claimed one of our greatest tank designers. Don't know anything about Wilhelm Kessel. So will be removed. Okay. Oh, so well, let's look here. Is he? Oh, he's probably Minister of Science Council. Oh, here we go. Okay. So he's that guy. Medium tank specialist. Okay. Well, interesting. Wish people at Paradox would listen to me and make their GSG on actual globes. Oh, grand strategy. It would really help for range of planes, especially bombers. A dumb question. Is Drang nach Osten a submod to Black Ice or a... No, Beam Slam. I'm just labeling it that is instead of Barbarossa, which is I had sort of been labeling this. Obviously, it's happened in 1942 as the attack on. This is just branding on my part. The attack on the Soviet Union. We're not, and in major invasion. Now I'm looking at it as just sort of fighting it out in the East. So no, it isn't a dumb question, but It's just what I'm labeling this sort of slog on the Eastern Front here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, a flat map is not the best solution for realism. But it's probably the best solution for a computer game like this. Yeah, probably it is. I'm not saying I wouldn't want a global map, a true globe around, but I'd have to see it working to to see it working and see that I liked it better. I'm not sure that I would. I get you for realism, but sometimes just, shall we say, these guys are still reinforcing from being formed. We are bringing in some transport. Okay. Well, yeah, I have some step horses. Okay. And some motorized units. Let's hit this. Okay. Let's add light armor to this unit here. We don't need that. Oh, they could use. Well, oh, we need to, yes, we need to do a little bit of shifting around. Let's move Soviet heavy artillery over here, and we can move one of these. Why aren't you letting me go this other way? What? Because it's like, oh, come on. Okay, I can do it with that unit. Can I do it? Nope. Can't. Oh, God. How are these? Not movable. What do they do? I don't know. Oh, well. Okay, well. Let's move. I don't know if I had any more units coming for that spot. Doesn't look like it was anywhere near it. You could do a 2D projection of it, of course. We made it work with command and ICBM. Right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know the, programming mechanics on that, quite honestly. I'm not arguing against how that it would be nicer in the realistic, realism element, but granted, it would make more a difference for the Pacific than European theaters, even though there are planes. Yeah, much further than they do on the Finnish front. Planetary annihilation titans. Yeah, obviously the Pacific here would be better with that, or make a significant difference with that. Because whenever you're looking, in this level here, well, in this level here, it doesn't really matter if you get this area right. Peeling it out, the map out from the globe and flattening it. Once you start expanding in and around here, that's why a bunch of this area is sort of a no-go zone up here, actually. And this is obviously way too long here. Yeah, I get you, and I'm not arguing that it's bad. Also, America or the New World is a little out of alignment from Europe. Yeah, I don't know the programming challenges and the display challenges. As a player, I'm only worried about the display challenges and ease of use. So, on the top 20 things that I have a problem with or should be worked on with Hearts of Iron 3 or Hearts of Iron 4, it's down in the bottom of those top 20 that I would quite honestly concern myself with. So, you know. I'm not going to in any way think that shouldn't be done. It's just I got other things I would want done first. Computer screens formed as a globe. I don't know how ease of it'd be cool, but I don't know how ease of use it would be. Would it be a fixed point and I have to rotate myself around the screen, or would I just somehow hold onto the screen somewhere and rotate the computer screen around it globally? Okay, well, we got him here. We're going to move him because we want supplies to flow is the point of that. Let's move you. Well, it's about the same distance. Oh, well. Let's move you to here. Instead, we're going to make sure Rommel comes to here because it's about the same travel distance. What's your NR1? I don't get the question. Sorry. Okay, you're holding out just fine. My screens are kind of like half globe, but you're sitting inside the globe. Yeah. I've got one screen right in front of me, another screen above it, and another screen off to my left that is angled highly towards me and not, you know, it's almost creating a right angle, not quite. But yeah, I sort of like that. All my, 90+% of the time I'm looking at my good screen here. And I just glance up to see chat or glance over to see the current state of the recordings or whatever like that. Okay, why are you way back here? Probably because you were sent here after shattering. Let's move you north this way here. Okay, we flew in. I think they're here by now. Oh, no order. You need some orders. Passive, air intercept this region. Go. Ground attack resting. Okay, they're still coming in from Sevastopol. The top issue would be improved combat AI. That would be the top. For any of the games, it would be either on 3 or 4. It would be improved to the supply system, would be probably number 2. For Hearts of Iron 4, it would be fix one up there would be fix the teleporting airplanes. Meaning you don't, if you're not familiar, viewers, when you launch fighters or bombers, say from Britain, they don't need to fly through the intermediate air zones. They just have to worry about conditions over the one zone. So you can't say make a belt of super dense fighters here that all the bombers have to get through here. So, and you can only put fighters or aircraft operating in one air zone. So if you have all your fighters here, let's say you could theoretically base all your fighters in this region here that could then, air operation zone big enough, this kind of air zone. Well, no, you've got to, if they start bombing here, you've got to shift them here. And if they start bombing here, you got to shift them here. And, or if they start, so you got to constantly shift the air zones or not have, or spread your fighter response out and not have it even. So either, so I'm not going to get through all 20, but there's a lot of issues. Now, what there's so much I love in Hearts of Iron 4. The ability to go, oh yeah, and they've added C zones instead of just C provinces, or C areas, because provinces. I hate the province mechanic in Hearts of Iron 4. I wish I'd get rid of that. But the C zones, fine, all right, because it's sort of like clicking here and telling it to just operate in here as a pick an area as, patrolling or whatever. Just patrol the C zone. But I like that whether it's zones or individual provinces, you could tell your ships not to go there or only go there for certain reasons. Things like that. There's, oh boy, there's a lot of things that I would love to see improved. So much so. An AI that would, I know years ago I designed it. Let me save this before I start clicking on too many things that cause a crash. As long as I don't mind crashes so long as I haven't lost progress. But here, hey, good. All right. For auto, one of the reasons they got rid of, Hearts of Iron 4 is a reaction to many elements of it is a reaction to people's negative comments about Hearts of Iron 3. Well, a lot of players don't want to pick out divisional generals. I get you. It's a lot of fiddly stuff. Now, I like it, but it's a lot of fiddly stuff. And we could easily, this is, this is a light infantry regiment. But you have, in essence, these traits that can function like flags or you could build in a flag that matches the trait. And have the AI go, oh, is this an airborne division? Well, then, do I have somebody with an airborne trait? Oh, yeah, okay, well, let's assign him there. Is this a panzer division? Well, they're calling it battle expert here, but, it's sort of panzer leader. Oh, well, let's assign him to it. Oh, we have an internal security division. Well, let's see about putting an SS one. But, well, not this one, because we're going to save him for an SS armored division, but let's just throw in here is a security division commander or whatever. And so these brigades, which they have battalions in Hearts of Iron 4, these brigades could each have a flag and have a weightings, a weight system, priorities, or however you want to say or understand. I don't know if you're understanding that helps the AI pick out auto assign reasonable commanders to your divisions. Now, if you want to get in and play all funky or who commanded the 8th Jaeger Division and historically, well, let's go find that person and stick him there. Well, fine, if you want to play that way. But for most people, you could just have an AI setting. Now, here we can see the crazy outlines of all of this stuff. Well, I'm not saying it's too short for history, for realism, but too many people didn't like having to keep the command close enough to the front. That was a problem. Okay, so Black Ice, one thing they did is expand the command radius for two reasons. One, so you don't have to constantly be too worried about keeping the HQs in it, and two, when the AI doesn't pay that good attention to it, so they expanded out the command radiuses because the AI would look even crazier or as crazy. Core command would have maybe a couple of divisions here and a couple of divisions over here, so it's gotten unrealistically big, but that can sort of come under better AI control. And it really, again, if you had auto-assigning commanders, it's not really that hard to go, okay, form stuff. So there's a lot of you can make the hierarchical command structure that they have here, which I love, much simpler to use without gutting it like they did in Hearts of Iron 4. Globe could be VR to scale. Sorry, you mentioned the globe on the bottom of your list. Okay. Air zones and the plane's ability to jump over between them. Just catching up with the chat. Okay, so I love Hawaii 3 uninstalled after 4 hours. What does do better than 3? Has the game vastly... Okay, the game has vastly improved, Van Bishop. Vastly improved, and they've announced railroads are coming finally to Hearts of Iron 4 in the next DLC. It's vastly improved. I still like this, and when I said, well, with all the submods, but Black Ice... But if I had to choose between, vanilla today, Hearts of Iron 3, their finest hour, all the DLCs, or all of the DLCs for standard Hearts of Iron 4, I would pick Hearts of Iron 4, if that was my binary choice. No mods. So far with all the mods, I like this still the best. But with some of the mods... it's getting better. One of the things they do better is you no longer build units. You do train units, but you build equipment. So, do you have enough stugs? Or are they getting destroyed? Now, we can talk about different... World Ablaze is very good, and Black Ice is very good for Hearts of Iron 4. I've had issues with both of them, but... they're the two best mods that I know for Hearts of Iron 4, and I will be Uncharted, the developer of Hearts of Iron 4, has told me that, because I was posting some older videos that I'd made from his mod, that it's now World Ablaze is now complete until they release the new DLC, the new major DLC, whenever that's going to happen. I presume before Christmas. Or Christmas season is when the new DLC will come out, I presume, from that. And then sometime after that, he'll start, modding for it. But it's basically feature complete for now until they do it. So there's lots of improvements. Now, I'm not saying it's going to meet your needs, Van Bishop. Yes, you like trains. I know. So... but it's vastly improved over what it was originally. They now have a little bit of command structure. Not enough. They still don't have divisional commanders. Divisional commanders aren't what people complained about. People complain about micromanaging divisional commanders. At least that's how I interpret it. Because I can't see why anybody... care, if they put in reasonable divisional commanders, what would anybody care that there was somebody here? It would only be the most OCD type personalities that feel they must deal with it, not just because they like it, but because they must deal with it, or and It's just, you know, min-max type players. Well, fine. If you have reasonable commanders, you don't need to get in and fiddle with things. So, yeah, you know, whether we're talking, you know, one more, and, I forget the guy's name, was working on a DLC, an outside person. Ended up releasing it sort of as a mod. But one more DLC could have made this game a lot better before going on to Hoi 4. Hoi 4, yeah, you know, has a bunch of its issues, and it is worlds better than it was 3 years ago. Worlds better. You know, so they got fuel back in Hearts of Iron 4 now. Fuel. So you no longer, you know, originally it was, well, when you build that Panzer in 1938, we're theoretically building all the fuel for it to be used for the whole war. Or whatever. Or ships, which even, because Panzers, you do consume them in battle, so probably that Panzer built, you know, in 1938 or whatever, even if it's a Panzer IV or something, probably still isn't driving in 1945. But now they do have fuel. They've always had supply effects. Well, there's supply in the game. Yeah, it's supply effects. It's not actual something you're producing. But yeah, they got fuel in the game from the original. If you only played the, you know, original release, I wonder how implementing will change or not Hoi 4. It's still, or I still think they need to rework battle plan cohesions and add another level of generals. Another level of generals would be very good. Yeah, no, fuel, and so fuel, you know, matters particularly like on naval operations. You know, do you sit your fleets in base the whole basic war, ready to dash out and battle, and then, you know, then go back to base and wait for an opportunity to come out, or are they out patrolling all the time? You know, I am sort of pointing at Italy, which had issues with its, you know, fleet operations, and I think some of them were fuel based. I'm not an expert on Italy or the Navy, but I definitely know Japan, for a while, based a lot of its. I think it was out of Balikpapan, because they were able to basically do their run right the fuel right out of the ground, or the oil right out of the ground, right into their ships, because it's high quality oil, and they could burn it in their, you know, because they were steam turbines. We're talking the big ships. It's not like gasoline fuel or even diesel fuel. They're just burning oil, and if it's dirty, well, that means they got to periodically go shut everything down and go literally get people in to scrub out the system, to keep it going, the boilers or whatever. So it's just basically you're boiling up water, creating steam, and so they can just run crude oil through it. And so they based it out of there instead of having to ship all that oil up to Japan or out to some, you know, islands that they may have been losing. So yeah, you're operational now. They don't quite take advantage of, you know, oil versus fuel, in that sense. But yeah, so fuel's back. So, you know, I recognize the future is Hearts of Iron. Oh, these guys were meant to go. God damn. Oh man. Okay. Well. Okay, I'm getting distracted. All right. And I was afraid of the submarines. Let's put. Oh, we can't. Oh, we can't do that. Damn. So it's the Italian fleet. Okay. Well, there's not. Well, there's still some. Goddamn. Marines. My other fleet is over here, waiting to dash down to there. Screw it. When playing for you guys, I'm not concentrating as well as I should be. Okay. Rebase to here. Let's see if you make it there alive. We'll also send these guys to clear the path. You know, we'll send all of them to clear the path. They'll move faster, I'm sure, but big path clearing. A stupid Bill BB using fuel that they'll need for the war, no matter if they sink. Yeah, absolutely. And your operating tempo. Wasn't that tart? Oh, could be. I'm not sure because there is like up here. I just know that there's good oil here, and I know there's good oil down here that needs little or no refining to be able to use in ship's boilers. You can just do it. Now, it's better if it's refined, even just minimally, because it gets rid of impurities that would just, as you burn it, would stick to the, what would be the, where they're going in to burn it, and the fuel lines and whatnot, and the chamber where they're burning it, and it just gunks up the system, and eventually it'll make your systems not work. But you can get in there periodically, and gotta let everything cool down, obviously, so you're not ready to go steaming out, but you can get in there and you get people to scrub it out and keep using it that way. But you still have to turn, for aviation fuel or in just about any fuel, even basic diesel, you have to do some level of refining. But sort of in a desperation situation like Japan was in, you do have options. Okay, they're pushing on you. Fine, that's cool. Oh, we lost a motor torpedo boat out here. Off. Where? Oh, you're shadowing some British fleet from somewhere. No, you weren't supposed to be way out here. You're supposed to be up somewhere else, I'm sure. Okay, Panzer Grenadier Division. Shattered by probably overuse of them. Defending here or something. Okay. We'll probably maybe there. Okay, okay, we got a couple of good. You're coming there. Hopefully they'll defend well enough there. You can fall back for a time. You come up to there. So yeah, there's definite improvements with Hearts of Iron 4. But I agree there's a lot to criticize. That's sort of why I'm still playing this. I mean, I could live without the, better command structure. At least I consider it better. And I could even live without the nice counters that we have here versus what they have. But yeah, there's just enough of that all added together is what really makes it for me that I still like this the best. Okay, hopefully you're getting, not prioritize for upgrades, but you will get upgrades. Okay, okay, well, no, we're going to fall back here. We're going to fall back here. We're going to stop attacking there. We're going to stop reinforcing there. You're going to fall back into here, fall back into there. Yes. You're going to just wait just a little bit. Because we have mountains here. This is plains. This is plains. Mountains we can hold in, cities we can hold in, hills behind a river we can hold in, swamp behind the river we can hold in. So these four will be a better place to hold, and we'll probably, well, we'll have at least one armor type unit here with some anti-tank though. There. So here we're doing reasonably good against a lot of forces. Oh, and another thing, you know, okay. People complained about this, you know, pop-ups. So they wanted to make future games, and there are still some pop-ups. I like pop-ups. I want pop-ups like this. Now I want to, and by default, because if you know, you get the average player, and I get it, you know, filthy casuals, but no, but you know, if I was building a game, I want everybody to play it. I want every single person on the planet to play the game I build, whatever the game is. Now, I know not everyone's going to play whatever game I would build, but I want everybody to play it. And if there's all these pop-ups, I have to deal with these pop-ups, they're terrible. Okay, well then I would turn all or most off by default. You know, now whether you have important ones like, oh, there's, you know, which I think is a super important one is, and you can even have an alarm go off, you know, if there's like a naval landing, you know, or something like that. We're being invaded. Pay attention over here, you know, player. Okay, you know, you may still want to have some pop-ups where, you know, sound alarms or whatever. But I like pop-ups. Here, I think these are good. I think these are fine. I am happy. I'm truly happy with these. What I'm not happy is that they all sort of show up here in the middle, because as I'm going to go click and I end up clicking on one of these things. Now, if they sort of popped up over here to the side, I'm good, because I mean, sure, I might click over here, you know, I mean, if there's nothing, or like click, you know, down here. Yeah, but most of the time I'm clicking in the center of my map. So if you just move pop-ups, yeah, they give lots of information. I like pop-ups. I think they're cool. And you can now these you can display and log so that they just display down here and don't pop up at all. Or you can have them pop up and pause. Now some of these would be way too many pauses. And so yeah, you can, you know, as game settings, by default, you can have, you know, all these display in some sort of log down here. And it's just you choose to pop them up. And that's what they've tried to move away from, because some players complain about it. And I understand why they're complaining. Now, my complaint is that they're popping up as I'm trying to click on things. So yeah, this is some of the, okay, yeah, we've lost this province, but you're going to go and be able to hold in this city. They're attacking it now, but we fortunately did it before we got too badly hammered. So they'll be able to do that. Yes, that's the notification there. We're attacking up there. Well, hopefully that will be just fine. And all of that there. Okay, well, you move up to the front. Help the Romanians. Fortunately, I didn't give... Oh, Romania has... There in Italy. Okay, well, maybe you guys will keep pushing. We'll support an attack there. And we'll support an attack there. They're defending along there. Gamer loves lollipops a lot. Okay. I'll try to remember to watch that sometime to see what... Okay, hey, maybe it'll hold. We've got forces coming. Okay, you start moving that way, maybe. Okay, you fall back. You fall back. You guys are doing good, so you stay there. You're falling back to there, you're holding there. Yep, I do think I could design a brilliant grand strategy game. So if anybody wants to raise the money and fund me in the design, I'm not the programmer of it, I'm not claiming that. I'm just talking about design. We'll get programmers to do it. So if anybody ever wants to, I've got ideas beyond just how to fix Paradox's game. I know I've talked about them before, so I'm not going to talk about them more, but we'll let them sort of break themselves there. They're pushing out of there. So yeah, if any of you guys have the deep pockets or want to promote up. Okay, let's see. Do we have a... Yeah. You can move it to the front line there. I don't know, is this the Lollipop Guild from Willy Wonka or something like that that you're sort of referencing? Okay, you're falling back from... Yeah, I know you moved into my area where I... Okay, wait a minute. Why are we attacking into there? We shouldn't be. We're just trying to hold out here. Okay. A lot of forces. Let's move a couple of these Romanian forces around a bit. There's holes in the bottom of them. Yeah, I hear you, Beam Slam. I'm just saying, I don't ever plan on like building it really, but I think people would love it. Those that my design doesn't require you to love the detail of playing Black Ice, but would also allow people who want to play that level of detail to play. Okay, we're keep fighting. They keep pushing us back out. We're going back in. We're going back in. We're going back in. Twelfth Infantry Division shattered. Head back to the front. Okay, well, we have a bunch of... we're getting some more subs coming. Okay. Oh, pause. Okay, hold on. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, they're pushing there, that's fine. Here, they're pushing on these guys, that's alright. Okay, infantry unit command and control is advanced. We'll let that continue. And they're pushing here. Fine, I think we'll hold just fine. We have a lot of stuff in reserve. Now we need to make sure everyone's getting their reinforcements. Oh, we have a tropical island garrison available. The transports are heading east. These guys are going way too fast, but sort of hopefully clearing the way. Now that we have here, what is this battle like? Okay, well, that's sort of what we wanted to do. We lost a lot of transports last time. Let's rebase you down to here. So you'll enter this battle. Eventually, once you leave port, well, I guess maybe the battle's done. Okay, we've won out here in Persia. We've lost in Neville, but we're pushing back in, or we won in Neville, I forget. I didn't pay close enough attention. Okay, you're now holding here against them. We'll see how that goes. They're falling back to there. These guys are coming here. Oh, we actually, did we lose a province here? No. We're all good here. Oh, maybe the Persians pushed in and then fell back. That's probably what happened. Okay. First infantry division shattered, and yes. Okay, send you back up that way. Hello, Xander. How you doing? And we cut on sound effects budget, yeah. Yeah. Oh, we have these guys. They should be moving up here. They're weak, but they might be of some use. Or are we defending up here? It looks like just fine at the moment. Yeah, it does actually. Here, well, not so fine, but what's going on? Major defeat somewhere. Okay. We won down here. We're pushing on these guys. Okay. Forces are under attack. That's where we just won. Here we've won. Here in Volgograd or wherever. Some semi-unpronounceable. Okay, so they pushed us out of here. I really didn't want this to happen. But okay. But I did sort of prepare by having good units sitting behind and these units sitting in the swamp. This has been their major point of pressure here. And then hopefully we'll be able to hold here, or at least along the river here. Now, wondering because we have available one and some more coming tropical island garrisons. No, they don't have to be on tropical islands. They're just sort of optimized for island garrison type work. And I put out here fort defense, pretty good. Well, I see that marsh defense, so you know. Okay, well let's go the ugly but effective map here. Looking for marshes that we're defending in down here. Yeah, but these guys are doing just fine. They're behind a river. I don't think they're going to dislodge us. But here's going to be a thing. So let's come here. Let's put you here because I don't want to put a purely newly deployed unit right there. Like we can see here. Now this isn't maybe the worst choice here, but we're going to go with a defensive commander. And we're going to let him get organized up. How is the tank tech? What's on the main tank that you have in the divisions? Okay, let's check that here. Good thing I'm saving. This is going to be a long save, so we're probably going to have to restart. Whenever you, again, and I keep saying this, whenever you get these super long saves, just don't touch anything. Most all the time they'll save just fine if you don't, but for some reason, I don't know why, it just takes like forever to save this. and just wait and go. The main tank and divisions. Well, divisions are getting upgraded as time goes on, obviously, so don't know what in there, but current production tank, and it just crashed. Yes, no, I'm not surprised. That's one reason I wanted to save it. Okay, well, let me quickly restart here and show you. Just save it a lot, and whenever you get those long saves, I highly recommend leaving the game and coming back. Don't recommend going. I was planning on doing that anyways. I just wanted to check that before checking, but we'll see here. Come on, it'll load pretty quickly. Come on, it's working. Loading map sprites. You don't see anything, you know it's black. Only because it was a long save. Hello, Sergio. How you doing? Well, don't worry. It's just, and I continued after doing a long save. Whenever you get a long save, just normally quit, come back in. But yeah. This is more stable than 10.33. There are still issues. I'm not sure whether 10.51 is more or less stable. I have not played this far into it on its own. Okay, you hopefully should be seeing something soon. Okay, yeah, you should be. So we're creating the world. Wait for the sun to be back. Yeah. Right, okay, single player. Let's just load this up here. Now when I look at it, the file size for the super long saves is no different than the quick saves, so I don't know why it does that. Whether it's my drive's going to sleep, though I told them not to, or something, I don't know. Right, let's see. And it happened, I think, because I clicked on armored brigade or brigade attachment and not on this. I think that does. So right now it's figuring that it's a Panzer IV H or J or whatever this is supposed to be here. Let's see, for the SS division, just the same with the SS. Light armor is the 38T, it's thinking. Now if we come down here for heavy armor, yeah, it's still the Tiger. For what do we have down here? Assault guns, it's the long barrel Stug. For the martyrs, it's that. We don't have heavy tank destroyers yet, I guess. Which would be, Oliphants and such. Well, I think we're going to end this episode here, though. Come back next time for even more. Not the live stream, though, guys. You don't have to go anywhere. We're going to come back for more Hearts of Iron, and we will see how Drang nach Osten continues. See you next time, everyone. Thanks.